Hey yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to my, well actually this will be my first one, so just welcome to the first episode of Shark Week. Now, why call it Shark Week, you ask? Well, it's around about that time of the month that PlayStation releases its free PlayStation Plus games, of which I'm going to be reviewing. Now, this is going to be a monthly thing, so every month I'll download all the 3 to 4 games that they release, and yeah, just being like doing a decent review. Now I've seen people do reviews of the PlayStation Plus games before they come out, and they already know all about the game. But I thought I would give you a first-hand look about what the game is all about, considering they give you like short clips. Whereas I'm going to give you a decent look at what you're going to experience when you download the game and when you like play it. So this game that you're seeing now is called Rime. It's one of the more artistic kind of journey puzzly games that was released on PS4. If you played Journey, then you'll really enjoy this. I found, like, I don't really like puzzly games and, like, you know, non-interaction games at the best of times. And I know I'm saying I'm a lot. I'm sorry, this is the first time I'm doing this, so please be patient. But yeah, I found this to be really beautiful. The artwork was fantastic. Is fantastic. I've never seen water graphics that well. The environment interacts with you. You know, there's a lot put into this game, and you don't need to rush it. It gives you the opportunity to explore, and it gives you the opportunity to like, I mean, look at that. Like, the animals come up to you, and it's such a basic game, but it's so enthralling. And I found myself lost in it when I was playing. It's really quite a fantastic game for how simple it is, and for how little I played of it. It really seemed to be quite the exciting game. I do recommend that you go and give this a try. It really did take me by surprise, the amount of work that they put into it, and the amount of detail that went into just everything. Like, you'll see here in a moment, I stand on the ledge and just overlook, and it just looks beautiful. Like, it really does. This is the kind of game that that'll really take your breath away. It's games like this that really they surprise me, because I usually don't play games like this, but when I do, they're really quite surprising as to how beautiful they really are. The gameplay style, I would say, is a solid, I'd say a solid 6, just because, you know, the character feels a bit slow, but I guess that's just me. I'm always rushing through games, but it's really beautiful from what I played of it. And I think that you guys will enjoy it. So if you if you're into that whole puzzly kind of slow game, then please go check this out. I thought it was actually quite wonderful. And very, I say it so many times, but just very beautiful. Very enthralling. And then we move on to our next game, which is Knack. Now, this was released on PS4. When PS4 first came out, it was one of the very early release games for the PS4. It was what do you call it? A demonstration game, or like a, you know, here's how good our graphics are. Now, there are a couple things that I wanted to point out with this that I didn't like. The camera is fixed at all points. You can't turn the camera. which is really annoying for me because I don't know, most times out of 10 I just like using the camera to search around and, you know, look at the world that they created, but, you know, whatevs. I found that it felt a lot like Ratchet and Clank in the old days. You know, going through the tutorial, it really felt like one of the old PS2 games, which was it was a nice change. You know, it's not overcomplicated. It's not like here's a million things to do and you're just a small little character. It's nice. It's enjoyable. And it's not too rushing. It's the kind of game that you sit down and you play casually when you've got nothing else to play. And it was a nice change, you know, to come to a game that didn't involve much hard work like Fortnite, or didn't involve much strategy. You know, it was just nice, calm. I didn't have to worry about it. And from what I played of it, it was actually pretty decent. But personally, this isn't the kind of game that I'd go out of my way to play. It's just not for me. Even though it was a nice change, it's just not my style of game. But I do recommend trying it out, as it was entertaining for the small part. But again, it's just not my kind of thing. But worth the try if you're willing to play a game that came out a couple years ago. And then we move on to our next game, which is your casual, what's the word? It's your casual anime style turn-based fighting game. As you can see in this little part, you play 4 characters in the beginning. I don't know if you get more, but from what I can tell, you start off with 4. And each character has their own specific abilities, so one's a mage, one's a healer, one's a swordsman, one's a bowsman. And yeah, each character plays pretty well. I don't really play games like this. Most of the games in this list I don't really play, so... But from what I could tell, it was a pretty decent game. It played out pretty well, it was fun. I was entertained, at the least. And the controls were easy. It wasn't exactly anything too complicated, I should say. Definitely worth a look at though, if you guys are looking at something a bit different, a bit more casual. Most of the games in this list are a bit more casual, and that's good, because we don't really come across games like this anymore. All of them are very action-packed and, you know, hard to play sometimes, and you're just looking for something a bit easy, and these games are good for that. So feel free to go and check them all out, guys. I really appreciate you stopping in and watching this little video. If you're new, please subscribe and share the video, like if you want, or don't. I don't care either way. I'll see you guys in the next video. Catch you later.